Hey rockers, are you looking for the latest music news or perhaps a great live performance from a local artist? Then you've come to the right place.
That's right, rockers. Welcome to another episode of Indie Rockers Ball. And don't forget to stay tuned until the end because we have a very special guest performing for her very first time on IRB today.
I can't wait. Make sure you stick around.
After being charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse and having a Lifetime documentary series made about him, R&B singer R. Kelly has turned himself in to authorities on February 22nd. Then it was reported by CBS Chicago on February 23rd that the judge has set Kelly's bond at $1 million. According to the Associated Press, one of the women accusing Kelly actually met the singer outside the courthouse in 2008 during his child pornography trial. However, recent backlash of R. Kelly began with the Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly. This led to artists that Kelly had collaborated with in the past, such as Chance the Rapper, Lady Gaga, and Phoenix, to speak out against him. Lady Gaga actually removed the song Do What You Want from all streaming platforms. Although many artists are speaking out against Kelly, John Legend was one of the only artists to actually appear in the series. Legend claims that it was an easy decision. He states on NBC's Today Show, "I'm so glad that the documentary was made. I'm so glad that the victims got to have their voices heard, and I think them having their voices heard, this story being retold, because it's been told before, but I think being retold through that medium really brought the issue to a lot of people's attention, and I think it inspired the law enforcement to move on some things that they weren't moving on before. We here at IRB stand for the victims and hope to see justice in the future. For more information, make sure to check out the Lifetime documentary, Surviving R. Kelly."
Andy Anderson, drummer for the popular British band The Cure and Iggy Pop, died on Tuesday, February 26th of terminal cancer. He was only 68. Anderson first revealed his diagnosis on Facebook just a week before his death, where he states, "No boo-hooing here, just be positive. For me, it's just another life experience and hurdle that one has to make, yet another choice in life." He continues, "Be cool, most definitely am, and positive about the situation." Well, that's it for now, good folk, and thank you all for the well wishes. I love them all, and are held very, very close to my heart dearly, and will stay with me forever. Anyways, stay well yourselves and chat soon. Other members of The Cure are speaking out about the death of their bandmate. Lowell Tolhurst, founder of The Cure, states on Twitter, "Andy Anderson was a true gentleman and a great musician with a wicked sense of humor which he kept until the end. A testament to his beautiful spirit on the last journey. We're all blessed to have known him." Anderson joined The Cure in 1983 and has made a lasting impact ever since. We here at IRB send our condolences to Anderson's family and friends, and he will be truly and forever remembered.
Well stated, Ian, and we truly do send our condolences.
Thank you, Sam. I feel it's important to continue to show support to the bands during this very difficult time.
I agree, Ian. On the other hand, can you believe R. Kelly's bail is set at $1 million?
Yeah, that's insane, and due to his recent bankruptcy, there's no way he's gonna pay it off.
Anyway, rockers, make sure to stay tuned because up next is Music Lesson with Nick Dark.
Hey rockers, and this week on Music Lesson, we're going to be learning the main riff to Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So you want to be in standard tuning, and then you're going to basically be playing from a range of the 8th fret to the 5th fret. So you want to start on the 7th fret on the 5th string, play that twice. Then go to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, play that, and then the 9th fret. Then you want to go back to the 7th fret on the 5th string and play that 3 times. Then back to 7 and 9 on the 3rd string. So when you go back to the 7th fret on the 5th string, you play it twice, but then on the 2nd time, you slide down to the 5th fret, like so. So let's play that first part together. So from there, you want to follow the same pattern, but every 3rd time you play the riff, you want to change the root note. So you start 7th fret on the 5th string, then you go down to the 5th fret on the 5th string, 7th fret on the 6th string, and then 8th fret on the 6th string. So let's play that all together. And that's how you play the main riff to Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We'll see you next week, rockers.
As many of you know, Flint, Michigan has been changing and replacing water lines after lead-tainted water was discovered in 2014. Lead began leaking from pipes after the city tapped the Flint River for drinking water without properly treating it to reduce corrosion. Sadly, almost 5 years later, they are still very desperate for clean water. However, Jaden Smith's Foundation and a church are teaming up to help bring clean water to the people of Flint, Michigan. According to Billboard.com, the Rappers Organization and First Trinity Missionary Baptist Church on Friday announced they'll deploy a mobile water filtration system known as the Water Box that reduces lead and other potential contaminants. The 20-year-old's Just Goods company collaborated with the church to design and engineer the system, and the church was distributed over 5 million bottles of water to residents. This really does show how a good deed can go a long way.
It's official. This summer, the 25th anniversary of Warped Tour is happening. Blink-182, The Offspring, and All-American Rejects plan to attend the tour. Along with these 3 bands, many other bands and artists that have played on the tour at one time plan to return again. The first show will start at the beginning of June at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio. The tour will be making its way to Atlantic City, New Jersey at the end of the month and end in Mountain View, California in late July. Each show plans to have a different lineup with a few crossovers. Bands and artists like Offspring, Andrew WK, Good Charlotte, Simple Plan, Gym Class Heroes, Anti-Flag, Bad Religion, Less Than Jake, The Starting Line, and Cut Chemist plan to perform in Atlantic City and Mountain View. Tickets are on sale now and the rest of the lineup is coming out soon, but we can't wait to see the rest of the lineup for the 25th anniversary show.
Wow, what a week for music releases.
I know, I can't believe the Jonas Brothers are reuniting.
It's crazy, Ian, but I can't stop listening to the new Hozier album.
Me neither. The album was well worth the wait.
If you like Wasteland Baby just as much as we did, make sure to stick around because we are discussing it up next on Rockers Review. You won't want to go anywhere. Hey Rockers, you're tuned in to Rockers Review, and today we're talking about Hozier's brand new album titled Wasteland Baby. I'm here with EJ, and we're going to be talking about everything about it. So EJ, what did you think of the new album? What are some of your favorite songs? Just let me know the feeling you got from it.
Well, I guess to start off, I didn't even know the album was coming out. I guess I don't keep up to date as much as I should, because this album came out in 2014, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then when I found out it was coming out on Friday, which I only found out whenever it was released, I was like, oh, I have to listen to it. So I played it, listened to the whole album just straight through, and I thought it was very coercive. Like I could have just listened, like I did, could have just listened to the entire thing, and I feel like it could have been like one large song. But whenever I listened to it again, I like looked at the song names and saw what was going on, and I thought Movements and then Nobody were like really good. Like I definitely keep going back to those ones.
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of albums are. Like you listen to them and they kind of just sound like one big song, and then like you listen to them again and you're like, oh, and then you like pick out songs that you like and you're like, okay, I really like this one. So I think that's one of my favorite processes of just finding new music. But I loved the album. I thought it was fantastic. I'm a huge Hozier fan. I have been for years. Like this album, his debut album, just self-titled, came out, and I found this album, I think probably around 2014, like when it came out, and it like changed my life. So I knew about this project. Well, I first knew he dropped an EP. I don't know did you know about the EP when it came out?
No, I actually only knew about it once the songs came out, and I was like, oh wait, that was like him.
That was,
I heard the song, but I didn't realize, I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, he released an EP called Nina Cried Power, and that's the first track off the album and on the EP, I believe. That's a really good song. It has like Mavis something. I'm sorry, I forget her name.
I forget her name.
I know, but it's really good. The song's really good. So
I think it'll make for a really cool like live performance thing too, because all the songs I feel like he can translate into live performances really well.
I agree. I actually had the chance to see him live a few years ago. I think I had to travel to Cleveland to see him because he wasn't coming to Pittsburgh, and it was amazing. It was one of the most unique concerts I've ever been to because everybody sat down the whole time.
Ooh.
Like everybody was sitting, but it was like beautiful. It was just like relaxing, and he's like, when you listen to him record, he sounds better live. Like I prefer listening to live versions. I don't know if you've ever listened to like the live versions of his music or kind of like the unplugged versions. Or
I think I listened to one, but it was definitely like the bigger song, like Take Me to Church. Not his like other stuff.
But even that one, like I would recommend, because in my opinion, I personally love listening to him like live or live recordings over like studio recorded music, just because it's like his voice is just so amazing.
It's also more real, and I like that you brought up the fact that they weren't standing at the concert, because in every concert I go to, I'm standing, I'm like, heck yeah. But like, I feel like if everyone, it was just, you said it was like beautiful, which is a great way to describe like music.
Yeah, exactly,
So-
and it was very unique, because I think a lot of people can go to concerts just for like the experience, or like
Yeah.
the fun, or just to like party, or what, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever happened. Not even that, just like to, you know, I know moshing is really big at like, you know, like Warped Tour type, you
Yeah.
know, or like punk concert, just as like fun, you know, it's part of the experience. And I just think that this was, you know, unique in a way, because like this was the first concert I've been to where people weren't like, you know, standing and like crowding the artist. It was like you sitting there and just being like, wow, like this is like really good music. And it also has to do with the genre. I don't think his music is very, his music's very calming and relaxing, so I
Yeah.
don't think it's music that you like really dance to,
Yeah.
you know. I think if you're gonna start listening to Hosier, I'd start with this one and then go to the new one.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I do think that is all the time we have here today. Make sure to check out both of Hosier's albums. They're amazing, and we'll see you next time, rockers. If you're a huge fan of the folk and soul singer Hosier, then do we have huge news for you. Released on March 1st, Hosier has given us his much-anticipated new album titled Wasteland Baby. Released on Island Records /RubyWorks, the 14-track LP follows Hosier's 2018 release, Nina Cried Power EP, and is the follow-up to a multi-platinum selling debut self-titled album, Hosier, released in 2014. According to HotPress.com, the new album, Wasteland Baby, was recorded between studios in Dublin, London, and the US, Chicago and Los Angeles, that is. It was co-produced by Hosier, Marcus Strabs, Rob Kerwin, and Ariel Reichscheid. This album's 14 tracks mark a major development in terms of songwriting and subject matter. In addition, did you know the artwork for the album was created by Hosier's mother, Rainey Hosier Byrne, who also created the artwork for his debut album? An amazing little fun fact for an amazing artist. Let us know what you think of Wasteland Baby by Hosier on Twitter with #musicrelease at IUP-TV.
After years of not making music together, the Jonas Brothers have finally come together and released a new single called Sucker. They have also announced that they will take over the Late Late Show with James Corden for a return to the music scene. In their songs, there's lyrics like, "It's true, I'm a sucker for you," and other lyrics that indicate the song is about someone being in love and head over heels for someone else. Fans had an idea that the brothers had a game plan of the reunion when they randomly reopened social media. Although this may have caused speculation, Nick shut down the idea in 2018 on E! News with Ryan Seacrest at the Grammys. We hung out for a weekend all together, and then I guess our Instagram has restarted or reopened. But I can tell you there's no reunion planned, but I can never say never. You never know what's going to happen, Nick said. Despite what Nick may have said back then, the band is officially back together. Until we get more music, you can always check out their new music video for Sucker or on James Corden's Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts. You can also check them out on the brand new episode of Carpool Karaoke.
I can't believe Warped Tour is back.
I know, Sam. I'm so stoked. You better make sure to get your tickets now because they're selling out fast.
Oh crap, you're right.
Sam, I didn't mean...
Okay, yeah, make sure to stay tuned, rockers. Yeah, next.
Make sure you stay tuned, rockers, because up next is Check This Out.
What's up, rockers? My name's EJ, and I may look familiar because of my performances here on IRB. However, this semester I plan on doing a lot more with the show. Anyways, today we are here with the wonderful Kayla Candarella. She is a great performer with some great original songs for us. Well, here we go.
All right, so this one's called Color. I said, tell me what's your name, dear, and I wish I never asked, 'cause it's ringing in my head even louder than the last. And red looks good on lipstick, but not as the color of my cheeks. Whoa, whoa. Your fingertips brush through my hair, and I can't help but think of how it's just not fair to feel this good with you, but just like the rest, your leaving blue looks good on you, dear. But to feel it, to love you won't believe. Whoa, whoa, 'cause now I'm seeing color, color, color. It's so hard to see in color, color, color. 'Cause it'll turn black once you leave. Whoa, whoa. I'm dancing, but I'm trapped inside my mind. I asked the bartender for a drink, and he asks what kind. I tell him something strong. I need it to last me a long, long time. And gray looks good on me, I guess. But I'm such a mess, 'cause now I'm seeing color, color, color. It's so hard to see in color, color, color. 'Cause it'll turn black once you leave. Whoa, whoa. He pulls his lips in towards my ear, and he whispered the thing that I dreaded to hear. I'm not ready, I know, but I just need more time. My eyes close tight and it fades to black. I think to myself, I'm back to the place I knew I would never leave. Oh, I used to see in color, color, color. It's so hard to see in color, color, color. 'Cause I knew it turned black once I saw you leave. Whoa, whoa, once I saw you leave. Whoa, whoa. I said, tell me, what's your name, dear? Now I wish I never. All right, and this last one is called Tremble. I'm in misery. I can't sleep. The years are breaking down on me, but I'm in too deep. Is there a hole to dig me out of here? There's a breaking point, and I'm so near it, but I've gotta keep in mind, if I can't feel it tremble, how do I know what's weak? You can't fix nothing if it don't speak. And if your faith ain't shaking, how do you make it strong? To get you to the place where you belong. Oh, if you don't live your lows, how do you know your highs? You savor every moment, or would you let it pass you by? Oh, I can feel it tremble now. Now I know it's weak. Oh, you can't fix nothing that you don't see. Meditate, and my pain will alleviate. Ooh, good thoughts, they medicate my mind. I'm not broken, just out of place. I'm not lost, just in the wrong headspace. 'Cause the darkest thoughts inside you aren't yours. You have the strength to fight them, I'm sure. You have the strength to fight them. Oh, 'cause if you feel it tremble, then you know what's weak. You can't fix nothing if it don't speak. Oh, and And if your faith ain't shaking, how do you make it strong? Oh, to get you to the place where you belong. Oh, if you don't live your lows, how do you know your highs? Would you savor every moment, or would you let it pass you by? Oh, I can feel it tremble, and now I know it's weak. You can't fix nothing that you don't see. Oh, I am shaking. Oh, I am shaking. I am shaking to my core. Oh, I'm facing all these problems I can't ignore. Oh, I'm shaking. I am shaking. I am shaking to my core. Oh, I'm facing. I am facing all these problems I can't ignore. 'Cause if you feel it tremble, then you know it's weak. You can't fix nothing that you don't see. And if your faith ain't shaking, how do you know to make it strong? To get you to the place where you belong. If you don't lift your lows, how do you know your highs? Would you savor every moment, or would you let it pass you by? Oh, I can feel it tremble, and now I know it's weak. Oh, you can't fix nothing that you don't see. Oh, in life we only fix things, the things that we can see.
Hey rockers, I'm EJ and you just heard some great songs by Kayla that were actually original. I have Kayla with us today actually.
Hi.
Hello. So all three of those you said were original songs?
Yeah.
And then what was your inspiration for writing those? Because songs don't just like show up.
That's a really good question. I was reading this blog post about yoga, and it talked about like yoga for beginners, and it talked about how like when you first start out, your legs and your arms, like they shake a lot, and you're supposed to embrace the shakes because they like, you turn them into your strengths later on, like when you progress through yoga and become better, like I'm not ever going to be. And I thought about it and I was like, wow, like turning what is wrong in your life into a strength, like that's a beautiful message. And I was like, that's a song. So I wrote it.
That's really cool, because when I listened to the song, I definitely didn't think of yoga. Yeah. But I also feel like it's definitely not a tune that like you're not going to do yoga and listen to it. But like it takes a real talent to like read something and be like, yeah, like and make something that was really, really pretty.
Thank you. And that's why I like that it can be interpreted like any way, like whether it's like your confidence on yourself or like your faith in yourself, your faith in like a higher being or what have you. Like there's always something in our life that we can work on, and it's just, I don't know, I think it's a nice message.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's always nice because music can do that, or like different people take it in different ways.
Yeah.
I did notice when you were playing at least 2 out of the 3 songs, you did like finger picking for your like acoustic, and I want to know like when did you learn, I guess, to play guitar? Because I know finger picking, at least for me, took forever.
Well, I started singing when I was 9, like doing like voice lessons and stuff, and my voice teacher always played guitar, and my mom always like tried to get me into it, but I took piano and I wasn't interested, I guess.
I got you.
So finally, I was like, you know what? I got to college. I was like, I need to teach myself guitar if I want to get anywhere with singing. And I took 1 guitar lesson, and he did teach me, like, he taught me how to finger pick. Oh. And I didn't go back, and I kind of just taught myself the
That's
rest.
really cool. So how long ago was that you started playing guitar then?
My freshman year, so 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
That's really good, and I like compliments your voice really well.
Thank
And then I
you.
think there were definitely parts in the song where you hit some killer notes. I was like, that's so good.
Thank
and like
you.
you play the guitar, so it was like softly and it just like matched really well. Whenever you like write songs, did you do the lyrics first, or like the melody, or just kind of comes to you, or?
It all depends. Normally, if I write a song, it's probably there's something going on in my life. Like, I can't just sit down and write a song out of nothing. Like the Color song, I was in the shower and like the first few lyrics hit me, like, and I was like, that's catchy. So I wrote it down, and then like I played around with it, and there was like something going on in my life where I was like, okay, this is a story, like this is what's going on. And I feel like for me it's more lyrical than music, because I can't read music. So fun fact.
Yeah, reading music's difficult. I don't
Yeah,
find you.
I'm more of an ear person.
I got you. And then where were you from? Because I know certain places are more like music based than others. So
Johnstown, PA. Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever do any music things like around there with the piano? You said that you learned that, or?
Yeah, I took piano when I was young, because that's what my mom took me to voice lessons. They actually had to my mom had to bribe the voice teacher to let me take voice lessons at 9, because she said it would like ruin my voice later. But I wouldn't shut up. So,
Yeah.
and before that, she tried to get me into piano, and I think I was 5, and it just didn't interest me.
And then also, like recently, I saw you at an open mic. Have you gone to those before? Was that your first time at an open mic? Or?
I've gone to a few. I go to them when I like write songs, just to like test them out and see, because I feel weird doing covers, because I feel like that's very like high stakes. They did it really well.
I got you.
So originals, but I really like the atmosphere there though. Like, everybody's so accepting.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one thing that works well with the open mic atmosphere, that you can do originals or covers, or just kind of go up there and there's people to watch you and like give you feedback and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you put your music anywhere else, or is it just like you kind of play, or do you have music out?
I'm working on getting it on mind blanking SoundCloud. I don't know why I was mind blanking on that. But yeah, I'm working on recording actually the first 2 right now.
Okay.
And,
which 2 were those?
What Is Your Soul Worth? And I lied. It's What Is Your Soul Worth and Trouble.
Okay.
I'm working on Color. We'll get there. But for now, recording is a process.
No, I got you.
So those will be out hopefully within like the next month or so.
Okay. So I know you clearly have been into music and things like that. What is your major? Is that like related to music or anything? Or?
It's sociology.
Okay.
Yeah, human services, and my minor's in women and gender studies. So if I don't do anything with music, I'd like to be a counselor.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I know there's definitely counselors that like work with music too, and that can be an option and stuff like that.
Well, that's another thing. I do like music enrichment when I'm home, and I volunteer at like retirement homes and stuff, which is always fun.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Do you have any other performances that you do other than like the open mics, or is it just?
When I'm home, I get together with my old voice teacher, and we sang out at like bars and stuff like that.
That's really fun.
That's a fun time.
Okay.
Lots of stories there.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to save those for another time.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on to IRB. You were fantastic and made me really happy.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I think that's all for you guys. Thanks, rockers.
What another great episode.
Yes, and thank you so much to Kayla for a wonderful performance.
Make sure to tune in next time, because we have more amazing content coming your way.
That's right, Ian. I can't believe you're almost done with your first year as a host.
Hey, time flies when you're having fun.
Can't argue with that. Anyway, make sure to follow us on social media at IUP-TV or at Indie Rockers Ball. We will see you next time, rockers.